All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So it's week 12 of the NFL season. To me, honestly, I feel like the season has flown by, and the Chicago Bears, the 3-win Chicago Bears, are going to be traveling to MetLife Stadium to take on the 6-win Jets. And I'm joined by my buddy Faiz Sports Talk. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Ian? Just trying to enjoy whatever I can with the Bear season before this Justin Fields injury derails everything.
Dude, I'm sorry, man. Like, I don't mean to laugh, but it's like I know what it feels like to just like be losing. I feel like it almost feels like you're losing like every single week, and like you have these crazy wins, but then it's like they follow it up with another loss. Like, trust me, I get it with Adam Gase and the end of the Todd Bowles era. It was tough, dude, for sure.
Yeah, no, you guys dealt with a lot in the past couple of years with the incompetency of the coaching staff in the front office. So, definitely, the record isn't good, but the fact that we feel like we might maybe have our guy, that makes it all worth it. So let's see, we'll talk about it.
For sure. So, I mean, we just pretty much said it. The Bears have 3 wins on the year, but I mean, they're hanging in games and they don't have all the talent in the world. There's clearly, holes on the roster, but they're hanging in games. I know early on it was rocky, but I just feel like they're really limited. And obviously, it's a brand new coaching staff. So and Justin Fields is still a young quarterback with not a ton around him. I really like the Claypool pickup. But I feel like, well, they kind of remind me of the Jets last year, where it's just like everybody's brand new and they're all kind of working through their kinks at the same time. And because of that, there's going to be mistakes, there's going to be negative plays, and because of that, losses in the record. But where do you stand as far as long term? Is Eberflus the guy? Where do you kind of stand on this 2022 Chicago Bears team?
All right, so let me just say for this season alone, just for this season, wins and losses don't matter at all. I said this before the season started, and I'll stand by it. And that's because it's year one of a rebuild with a new coaching staff and new GM and new front office, and also because of the fact that all the season was about was the development of Justin Fields. So if we came out of this season knowing that he's the guy moving forward, it was going to be a win, right? And so we're not winning the Super Bowl this year. As even the most optimistic Bears fans will be realistic about it. You know what this season's about. So I think for the Bears, this season, even with 3 wins, it feels pretty good because you've got your quarterback making progress. You feel like maybe he could be the guy moving forward, and the culture here that's being built. Honestly, it doesn't feel like a losing culture, and that's why, like you asked about Matt Eberflus, I feel like Matt Eberflus has done a solid job. I wouldn't say it's the greatest coaching job I've ever seen, but coming in, just establishing a winning culture with a team that plays hard, and like you said, we've been in every single game. I mean, literally, the Bears could probably have 3 more wins with last second losses, and you know what? That's okay because we're going to be picking top 5, and I'll take it. It stings now, but it won't when the draft comes. But I think he's done a solid job. I feel like the GM Ryan Poles, he could have done a couple other things differently with bringing in some offensive talent that could have been better, could have protected our quarterback better. But all in all, with just how this team is going with our quarterback and kind of with the young talent that we have now, because we shipped out all of our veterans and Roquan Smith and those guys. I do feel like it's still been progress this season, even if the record doesn't show it.
For sure, man. I feel like I like a lot of these Bears players, like Brisker. I wanted the Jets to draft Johnson at corner. I feel like nobody talks about him, but he's such a beast. Montgomery, I feel like, is solid at the running back position. And Justin Fields, admittedly, is one of my favorite players in football. Really, really like him. Really like his game. I just like how he just seems so mature for his age. He's just so tough. He can hang in the pocket, take hits. I just like him a lot, dude. And I'm hoping that he continues to grow within the offense and that the team doesn't, try to bring in like a veteran in the offseason to compete with them or something like that. Like, I want the Bears to be led by Fields moving forward. But I'm an outsider. I'm not watching every single snap of these Bears games. But we don't really know what's going on and I mean, today's Friday and we still don't know what's going on with Fields, with Simeon, the injury, who's going to be out there. Where do you stand with Simeon? I mean, he was a Jet for a little bit, but he played one game and got hurt. Is there, in your mind, a significant drop off between Justin Fields and Trevor Simeon?
I believe so. So Trevor Simeon, shout out to his alma mater, Northwestern. That's also
Yep.
mine as well. And being a local product, you want to root for the guy. But with Trevor Simeon, I do feel like there is a drop off, a major drop off in terms of talent for sure. Simeon's a better passer at this point in his career versus Fields. I don't think that's a overstatement to say that. Because that's really all he does well. So he might be able to move the football through the air more, but that doesn't necessarily translate to points. And especially behind a porous offensive line that we have, Simeon's going to have issues there. So I definitely think it'll be a big downgrade for the Bears if they trot out Trevor Simeon. Now, I'll just say, if you want my quick thought on Justin Fields if he's playing on Sunday.
Yep.
So he's got a separated shoulder with partially torn ligaments. That is what he has said, and that's what the reports have shown. Honestly, Ian, if this was a playoff game, if this was the Super Bowl, he could play. He would be just given some painkillers and get shot up, and he would be able to suit up on Sunday. Thankfully, it's not, and we don't have to worry about that. So the question then becomes, do the Bears risk it? If it's up to Justin Fields, he's playing Sunday. No doubt about it. He's just that competitive. But the decision's not going to be in his hands. And ultimately, my gut feeling is at this point, with our bye week being 2 weeks away, with the pain tolerance and with the lack of motivation in terms of the record, it being 3-8, and the Bears season not going anywhere, I think he sits, and I think we trot out Simeon. But there's people asking if he's going to be shut down for the year. I don't think that's the case. I think at worst he gets held out through the bye week and then gets brought back. But yeah, I would say my feeling right now is he doesn't play against the Jets on Sunday.
It's interesting, man. And we were talking like in the pre-show. I hate to say this, man. I know you're a diehard Bears fan. But I feel like if the Bears trot out Simeon, and look, I don't want to jinx anything, but I just find it I can't picture Simeon and this Bears offense like consistently moving the ball on the Jets defense. Again, I hate to say it, but it's just like, I just have no faith in Trevor. Justin, though, if he's out there playing, running around, just hurt, because the Jets have been hurt by quarterbacks that use their legs, like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, even like Mac Jones has picked up like big first downs, and he's not like a running quarterback or like even that much of a mobile quarterback. So that was like going into the season, I was a little weary of that game. Like, Justin could run, man. Like he's a really, really good runner. Now we get to the week and it's looking like he might not play. So the Jets could catch a break, but if you were the Jets, what would you try to do to have success against this Bears team? Like where's the weak spot?
Just run the football. Honestly, I know you guys lost Breece Hall, but Michael Carter's still a solid running back. I think James Robinson, your new running back you guys have, he's pretty solid too. Look, Mike White is starting this week. You don't need to get cute. Just run the football. This Bears defense is bottom 5 in rush defense, and we can't stop anybody on the ground. The pass defense is actually pretty solid. We're like top 10, 12 in terms of our pass defense. So I would just run the football. That's how I would attack this Bears defense, and just keep it simple with Carter and Robinson. Take your shots when you need to, but honestly, the Jets have a lot of talent, but on defense, no one on their offense really scares me. So if I looked at the pass catchers with like Corey Davis, I think he's going to play this week. I think, with him and with the other guys that you guys have, and Garrett Wilson, take your shots. But honestly, you asked me a question, I'd say run the football.
Got it, man. Got it. I appreciate you coming on, man. I know it's not the most exciting thing in the world to preview games when you kind of feel like the season's over or it's just a wash and you're just waiting for the free agency period and the draft. So I appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely, Ian. Pleasure to be on, and we'll talk soon.
And all of his links are going to be listed down below in the description: YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, of course. And thanks so much for watching. And as always, go Jets.